Hello, I'm Kelvin Lawrence Smith. I run Mr. Smith's Letterpress workshop. I am a typographer, a graphic designer, a printmaker, an artist, and I'm really interested in type and language. I trained as a graphic designer, but I got really interested in letterpress at art school, and from the day I graduated I've kind of been interested in being a professional typographer, really specifically working with letterpress. I love printing. What I really like is being in control of every stage of the process. So from setting the type, to proofing it, to changing colour, to adapting with the paper. I like the refinement that I and the control I have with letterpress. I'm very interested in the architectural approach to design. I like to build on this stone surface here. Used to be called a stone, it's made of steel now. This is a really beautiful Van der Kook proofing press. It's a number 4. It's automatic, so the carriage kind of moves forward and back. A lovely piece of machinery, prints beautifully. This is a Van der Kook cylinder press. This is the cylinder. The cylinder travels across the type, takes an impression onto the paper, releases the paper, kind of comes back. I use this press daily, so it's my first ever press, bought it in 1996. This is an absolutely gorgeous Golding Jobber number 7. It's American, it's a lovely press, takes a great impression of type. It is from 1890, so it has a kind of a beautiful historical value. Type's kept in a case. They're not trays, they're not anything but a case. Uppercase and lowercase, that is the term that's derived. Capitals were kept in one case and minuscules in the case below. I have a nice collection of wood type and metal type, which I have kind of collected over 20 years. This is a wood type. It's just our kind of main collection. You describe it the way that you see it. So the first thing is that you measure the type. This is a type scale, and it has a measure system on it, which is points and picas. Approximately 6 picas is 1 inch, so it's an imperial measurement. It's very fine. Divisions of 12 and are the same as a pica. So 12 points is 1 pica. 12 is a kind of mathematical structural number that we use in the workshop a lot. So divisions of 3, 6, 9 and 12 become really important. If we were to measure this B, we'd see that it's a 30 pica capital B. All wood type comes in capitals. Very rarely is there upper and lower case, it's just capitals. It's a display type. As long as you describe what it is through size and then style and then weight, then you're on the right track. This is a capital A, it's 24 line and it's bold. This is bold condensed, this is bold medium condensed. This is certainly a condensed A, but it's also quite bold. So there's variations on a theme. These are all sans serif A's. The term to use to describe sans serif is grotesque. Okay, the term was something the critics used to use, where they said, well, these types, they're extremely ugly, they're very grotesque. And the term kind of stuck really for an English sans serif. All this wood type is either made from boxwood or cherry, and some of it's kind of worn. So under each letter there's often pieces of paper, which I've stuck carefully just to lift it up to the same height. So all letters are what's known as type height off the surface. So wood type is the kind of staple of the workshop, and is lovely for display work and posters and kind of larger format kind of work. But the detail comes with a metal type. Now metal type is made from lead, some antimony and some tin, and the lead allows it to be cast and recast and melted down if you need it to. To hold all this in together, you have to use spacing. Now this spacing is known as furniture, and it comes in different sizes. If we measure this piece, we can see that it's 16 picas, similar to this size type. Leading is the space between the lines, but it's also used to hold things in position and refine spacing when the type is being aligned for printing. When a form is empty, it's known as a chase. When we build the type into it, it becomes the form and makes up the form of the page. And what we're doing is we're using this furniture to position the type. Here we've got some decoration in a shape of a book page in the position that we want. Today I'm going to show you how to design, set and print an invitation for the Museums at Night project. You set type standing at a slope and you stand square on to the type. And this is a composing stick, very poetic, I think. And when we set our type, we set from a case of type, and we set type upside down, left to right. Now this type is 14-point grotesque number 9 in Roman, which we're using for our invitation. Now I need to set the line workshop as his apprentice to help undertake. W-O-R-K-S-H-O-P. So once you're done with that, and that fits the line really perfectly, which is very rare, then you take a lead and then you set your next line. Once you set a series of lines that fit into the stick, about 4 or 5 lines, take the type out, take it over to the galley, drop it in there. And then we take it over to the stone to build the form. So what I want to do now is build the rest of the type and the rest of the form. So I'm going to drop some furniture in, and then what you do is you take these lovely coins, Q-U-O-I-N-S, coins, and these expand into position and lock everything in. So we're always locking into one corner for registration. Now I've left this space on the same measure, 24 picas as this, because I think I might want to drop something else in there shortly, maybe some other information to accompany this. But I would like to have a look at this first and see if there's any typos in it and whether we're on the right lines. So the type sits on the press and can be locked in. So we kind of in reverse, we unlock it in here so the type's allowed to settle to this surface rather than the stone surface. Drop a bit of this on, and then it's kind of nice just to warm up the ink a touch by mixing it. Run the ink across nice and gently, and then we smooth it across. So we ink up the press. So what happens is with this, the roller moves from side to side, it levels out the ink. Now, what we need to do is we need to ink up the type without taking an impression. We roll the ink across, just halfway, come back. Okay, so we just got some newsprint. Now I'm gonna have 3 sheets of packing and 1 sheet to print on. Just gonna do that slowly. I'm gonna run this through. Should take an impression. It's nice. We'll take this out, roll this back, put it down. Let's have a look. And I'm ready to now to cut this proof out and lay it over the pattern for the invite. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna have a cup of tea, then we'll go from there. So this is the final piece for the Mr. Smith's Letterpress workshop and William Morris Gallery Museums at Night.